Okay, page 4. Okay, so fill in the information based on the graph. First, we find the slope. So we're looking at the graph again and find the slope. We go from one point to the next point, always from left to right. Now here, we would have to go up 2, so that's a positive change for y. And then we have to go right 3, and that's a positive change for x. So there's our slope, 2 over 3. Now again, the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, right there at 2. So then a function, if you notice here it says t of n, so then that means we need to use t of n instead of y. And since we're using n and not f of x, we use n as our variable here in our equation. So we'll put 2 over 3 times n plus 2, the y-intercept. Okay, so it says find a line parallel to this line. Well, remember, parallel lines have the same slope. The slopes will be the same for both of them. Okay, so if the slope is the same, then all I have to do is write another equation that has the same slope, but then all we need to change is the y-intercept. So we just pick a different number. And you can choose whatever you'd like. We'll do positive 3. And that is a line that is parallel to this line. Same slope. The only thing that changes is the y-intercept. Okay. Answer the given information based on the function. So here's our function. 6 is our slope, our m. 15 is our y-intercept, or our starting point, or our b. And we need to find what is f of negative 4, or what is the value when we plug in negative 4. What we can do is just simply plug that into our function. So I'm going to plug in negative 4. So 6 times negative 4 plus 15. Okay, so now 6 times negative 4, that is 24. Bring down the 15. And now we add negative 24 and 15. Remember, they're different signs, so we subtract. Okay, so 24 minus 15, that would be 9. And 24 is bigger, so that means this number is negative. So f of negative 4 equals negative 9. Okay, so now this says, what is, if f of x equals 39, what is the x? So in other words, what x would have to go here for this to be 39? So now the first one you're given x, and we just plug it in for x. Here we're given the output, or y, so we plug that in for y, or for what we're using instead of y is f of x. Okay, so again, if you're given the output, you're not going to put the number here. You're going to put it in the beginning, here. So 39 equals 6x plus 15. And now we have to solve the problem. Okay, so now what we want is we want x to be by itself. So what we have to do is get rid of the 15. And we do that by subtracting it. So we're going to do, since this is positive 15, we subtract both sides. These 15s go away. And then we have bring down the 6x. And then 39 minus 15 is 24. And then the last step here is that we need to get rid of the 6, so we divide both sides by 6. Okay, and then we end up with x equals 24 divided by 6. Well, that is 4. Okay, another way you can do this, you can, and for all of these, is you can set up a table here on the side. And for a lot of you, this might be the easiest thing to do. Set up a table, and the first y is always the intercept, your starting point. And remember, x is always 0 at your start. And it says, what is x when y is 39? Well, we just follow the pattern. It's going by 6, that's our slope. So when x is 1, we add 6 here. Okay, so then that would be 21. And when it's 2, it's 27. When it's 3, it's 33. And when it's 4, it's 39. Okay, and there's our 39, so that means our x is 4. again, here, let's use the table. Input's 3. Just go to the table. Input's 3, so that means the output is 33. Okay? Now it looks like we have the same function, say 6x plus 15. It could be a different function on the test. The same function, circle if it's true or if it's false. If it's false, make it true. Okay. Alright, well it says f of 0 equals 6. Well, we already did this in a table over here. And when x is 0, it should be 15. So that is false. But what would it be? What would y be if f was 0? Well, f of 0 should equal 15, looking at our table. Okay. Now here, negative 7, so we got to go backwards now, because we went in the positive direction, now we got to go in the negative direction. So I'm going to start down here with 0, 15. And remember, this is going by 6, so we need to go all the way back to negative 7. Okay, so we're not going to add 7 this time because we're going backwards, so we're going to subtract, I'm sorry, not add 6, we're going to subtract 6. So before that would have been 9, minus 6 is 3, minus another 6, negative 3, then negative 9, negative 15, and then negative 21, and then negative 27. So that's what the point should be. But right here it says negative 29. So that is false as well, and to make it true, it would be negative 7 and negative 27. Okay, input of negative 2 and minus 3. Well, let's go here to the table. At minus 2, it's positive 3. Okay, and when the output's negative 3, it's minus 3. So this is also false. And we don't have a false to circle, so I'll just write false. But one statement that would be true would be negative 2 and 3. Okay, and the output is 3 at a different point. But if it was, it would be negative 3 and negative 3. So they're all false. Okay, and the very last one. Okay, so answer the questions based on the situation below. It says Maria has 300 milliliter bottle of water. Okay, and remember we have to identify the slope, the start, or which is our y-intercept. So the pattern is our slope, and then we have to write out the equation. Okay, so let's first identify the slope. I'm sorry, the different points here. So it says Maria has 300 milliliters of water. The giveaway here, keyword is has. Anytime I see has, that's most likely going to be your y-intercept. Has 300 millimeters. So then that is our start. Okay, so the next, obviously, we're looking for the slope. That is losing water at a rate of 4 millimeters every second. Well, we know that's the slope, 4 millimeters every second, but it says losing water. Losing means we're having less and less water. So if we have less and less, it's going to be not just 4, but negative 4, because we're losing water. Okay, so now let's create our equation. Y equals negative 4x plus 300. Okay, now let's fill in the table. Okay, so remember, we need to fill in an x and a y, actually title it. So here, we go back to our slope to figure out what's x and what is y. And remember, the slope is 4 milliliters every second. The first word is always your y. The second one is always your x, because remember, slope is y over x. Okay, so that means x is seconds. And the y is milliliters. Okay. At 0, we start with 300 milliliters. Okay, and remember, we're losing 4 milliliters every second. So the next second, we'll have 4 less, which would be 296. The next second would be 292. and the next second would be 288, and the next second would be 284. Okay? And that's it. You just fill out all the information in the table and you're done. Alright. Bye, guys.